There we go. Okay, we got something. We got something. Good. We're good?
I'm here.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, I hear you fine. I hear you fine. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Brandon the Franchise Buck alongside with Bishop. This is KC Sports right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. It seems like it's been a minute, man. It seems like it's been a real long minute.
Where's your camera at?
I think can you see me at all?
Nah.
Oh Jesus. I give up.
Let's see what's happening here.
Let's see this. Bear with us, guys. It's technology. What are you going to do?
That's weird.
I don't know. You can hear me, but you just can't see me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, at this point, it might just be for the best if you just can't see me right now. Just call me John Cena.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You're right. While we're trying to figure this out, at least on my end, let's get this show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, you can follow us on the Instagram and Planet Jerky, whatever. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing anymore. I quit my job. Follow us on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Or no, follow Jesus, tap dance and cry. Let's do this. Okay. Follow us on the Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at iesportsradio.com. And then, of course, you can find us at IE Sports Radio direct feed at this / this is KC Sports, of course, on IE Radio. Follow us or get some swag from us at iesportsradio.com /shop. You can find us on all of the podcast needs for Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify.
Hold on.
What do we do?
Hold up. There we go. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, good. You can follow us, of course, on all of your podcast needs, Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google, all that good jazz. Of course, find us on the Twitter at thisisKC_IESR. You can follow my hot mess dumpster fire self at Real Franchise. And then, of course, follow my man Bishop at XRunners with the Z. We cannot forget the good folks over at Planet Jerky, premium brisket beef jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet, as well as a whole other planet of how to say it correctly. You can go to planetjerky.net to get you some Planet Jerky, as well as follow those fine folks at Planet Jerky on the Instagram. Of course, Seal the Deal Waxed Seals, and then follow them on the Instagram at Seal the Deal _wax seals. Wow, that was a headache, and I just did like 9 hours with law enforcement. Woo!
You wanna go ahead and run the promos real quick?
I think that's a fantabulous idea, just so that I can get my shit together. Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to pay salute to our sponsors and what have you. This is KC Sports right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We will be right back.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, Single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on This is KC Sports right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Brandon, the franchise buck, alongside Bishop. And, I did get a chance to write this on in, so that is that's my mistake here. But, let's go from the bottom and build our way up to the top here. Even when we build our way to the top, we don't really have that much to say other than maybe some observations of being, couch coaches. But my alma mater, boys down south, Pittsburgh State University, beats Kearney Lopers 20-10. Kearney Lopers. I need to do some research on their gimmick name, but my Gorillas are number 7 for the MIAA for Division II football. For those of you who are unaware of Pittsburgh State University, if you've ever seen the movie Varsity Blues, there you go. That town literally shuts down on game days. They're definitely going to shut down this coming Saturday for homecoming when they take on Fort Hays, and it's an entire day celebration. Especially if the team loses or the team wins, whatever. If they lose, celebration at the bars, reverse that. Morning at the bars and at Chatters and at 505. If they win, the entire town goes red, no pun intended, and Pittsburgh PD is on overtime. But brings me back. But going back into everything, quarterback Chad Donson Jr. passed for 247 yards and had a pair of touchdown passes to wide receiver Kieran Parchman. And the Pitt State defense turned in a dominant performance in a 20-10 road win over the University of Nebraska Kearney on Saturday. So that was the 12th. Taryn, can you not see me? Can you all hear me but just not see me? I think that's the gimmick. Let me pushing a button and then that. I don't know. I might have to disappear for 2.5 seconds. As long as you guys can hear me for just a second, then I mean that's all that matters here. We had Trey Pritchard booted a 28-yard field goal for the Lopers to make it 13-10 with 5:29 remaining in the third. All that good jazz, this and that. Taryn, today's gimmick is Brandon is John Cena. You can't see me doing this, but I'm doing the you can't see me gimmick right now. You can't see me. And in all honesty, Taryn, it might be a good thing that y'all can't see my face because this is. Anyways, 20-10, Pitt State. They go up against Fort Hays State next Saturday at Carney Smith Stadium in Pittsburgh, America. And that's at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, let's see here. What should we talk about next? Well, I mean, I know you might or might not have any. I could be wrong. This is what I get for assuming. But you might or might not have any history knowledge with Pitt State football.
No, not much.
You're not
a
missing
couple
much
kids
since
that go there,
2004.
but yeah, no.
Yeah, no, you're not missing much since 2004. I mean, it's a good football team. It's a great football program.
Mm-hmm.
They've gone through 3 coaches since I was there, and there was one struggling season. I mean, John Brown, and I want to say he's somewhere. He might be with the Bills. He might be with the Ravens. I can't keep up with him anymore. He was on our squad. He helped us get to another national championship with MIAA. That's a nice little tidbit. A lot of the fans that go to Arrowhead Stadium, when they see him, he automatically recognizes them and floats over to the front. And I think that's just the coolest thing.
Yeah.
You love to see it. I'm kind of scattered all over the place, but let's go with the disappointment. You hate to see it. You kind of knew it was coming. I know I did take, when I discussed with you the last time we talked, the Yankees are the team. They're definitely the team to beat. In fact, these last couple of games, I mean, Cleveland and Detroit and the New York Mets, those are definitely, in my opinion, just watching them and how they've been going, those are the most deserving Final Four for the upcoming championship game and into the World Series. Thursday, October 10, 3-1 New York over Kansas City. And, people, this is why I love and I hate the internet, because the internet is undefeated. I think anybody who was on the Royals Twitter feed saw Bobby Witt Jr. just hanging out. He was letting it soak in. Some people were saying he was putting on Stephon Diggs. I get it. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I joked about that when I first saw him do that, but I get it. I do. And that's not just, from a Royals fan. That's an athlete. You want that to sink in. You want that to, do all that jazz. And I forgot, I'll look this up here in a minute, but I forgot the Yankees player that was nice enough to run over to him and shake his hand, say, "Good job, kid. We'll see you next year," and what have you. Thought that was very classy of him and on the Yankee franchise, if you will. And it's just, you hate to see it. The boys tried. We can talk about, like, the forearm to the neck against Garcia. We can talk about the missed out or what have you at second base.
Oh, yeah.
That
Clearly out. Out.
Yeah. No, I mean, that you have those things, and maybe as biased fans, we just don't see it until it happens to us.
Yeah.
But I think
we can't hang on that that Josh Chisholm second base thing and all that stuff. We can't. I mean, because the Royals had a chance to put it away. The Royals should have been up 2, and they just didn't do it.
No, they didn't. They didn't. While you give the folks your thoughts on that game and on the season, I'm going to see if I can't fix my technical issue real quick. So you got to be on my side, but you just do your spiel. I'll be right back.
Yeah. As we was talking, Royals season is over. It is what it is. I like Bobby. I love the fact Bobby Wood sat there and sunk it and soaked it in, and just feel that energy because not only did you guys just get bounced out, which is no big deal. The big deal is it happened at Kaufman, you know. So that's the big thing that I took away from him sitting there soaking it in. And like I said, the Royals had a chance to take it out. The bullpen didn't do much, didn't do us any favors with all the damn walks.
No.
That's what killed us, really, was all the walks. Everyone thought it was going to be the offense. And, okay, the bats didn't really heat up as much as they did, in the second game. But all the walks is that's what killed us. It was too many walks, man. So hopefully they get that squared off. This is going to be exciting to see this team next season.
Oh, it will. It will. You can't not talk about how they had a losing season last year. They come back, they make it to the second round and what have you. And granted, we lost. And I mean, we were all pumped up after the second game we won. We thought maybe we were on a good momentum because we've seen this movie before.
Mm-hmm.
And then unfortunately that was just the end all be all, and that was it.
Yeah.
This is also a young team, and I truly believe deep in my heart that next year is going to be a little bit more competitive, since all the boys know what it's like to be playing in October.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they'll definitely have a chip on their shoulder and something to fight for.
Mm-hmm.
And on a competitive standpoint, that's great, because if you remember what it felt like to, in their sense, in a sense, if you will, make it to the dance, but then, get dumped for the starting quarterback or what have you at homecoming, you're going to want to come back to that and get that moment again.
Yeah.
And so that's where I think it's going to be headed. And it is what it is. This isn't Brandon dwelling on being a Kansas City anything fan. We put in a lot of work. We made a lot of improvements. I don't think any of us midseason really thought we'd make it to October, but when it got closer, that's when it really hit. And
yeah,
that was
after that, like you said, after the last season, I'm sure no one thought that they were going to turn it around. There was some glimpse towards the end of last season,
mm-hmm.
but I'm sure no one thought that they were going to make it this far this season. Because I don't know, for what they did, that turnaround, 100-game loss season last season or whatever, that turnaround, no one pegged us to make it this far. Like they said, that's kind of like a miracle run.
It is.
And that's exactly what it is. And like I said, this team is going to be. I think we're going to kind of be electric. We got that the young kid and what's his name, Jack. I don't know how to say his last name, Caglione or something like that.
Yes,
it's going to be. He's looking pretty good. From the videos I've seen, and so I can't wait to see him. Get called up, hopefully next season.
For sure. Sidebar, are you able to see my face now?
Yeah, you're here.
Oh, I'll be damned. Look at that. Because I'm looking at the feed. I'm like, I see my face. I don't know what you're all talking. My banner's all erased now, so I'm gonna.
Is it all gone?
Yeah. No. Well, yeah. All of my banners are gone.
Yeah, I can still see them. So
you can still see them. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know why I put Sporting I don't know why I put Sporting KC. They lost to LAFC 3-0. So
switching over. That team. I don't know. See you next season. Like I said, I don't really talk bad about our teams. Because just like the Royals, Sporting KC can turn it around next season too. So they're set to play Saturday, October 19th against FC Dallas. They're in 13th place. It's over, man.
It's over. Now we're just doing it for.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see them next season. Hopefully they can turn things around. Maybe there'll be some personnel changes. I don't know. Somebody got to go.
Yep, somebody's got to, and that's just the game of soccer. You have a crappy season, it turns repetitive, and then you have to make indefinite changes. That's just the breaks. That's just the breaks. But sticking with soccer, the women of the KC Current. Richard Harper has been all over the place, and it's pissing me off that he's not responded to me. Let me know.
He'll have time for our small time asses.
No, he don't. He's doing big boy things. He had a meet and greet last weekend on a Saturday. I forgot where it was. He was handing out cookies, and
should have went. Yeah, I wish I knew where it was at because I would have went out and probably got an interview, and then we could have probably did it like that.
Oh, for sure. I know that, when I get a hold of him, even if it's postseason, I'm just gonna be like, okay, where in the hell have you been? Because don't you forget about the dude that put you underneath his wing. No, I'm kidding. No. Richard,
who are you again?
He's like, who are you? I'm like, oh, there you go. Pulling a Hulk Hogan. You're Terry Belaying me.
Man.
Kansas City Currents. Oh my gosh, they beat Bay FC 0-1 on Saturday. You're looking at 12-7 shots, 4-3 on target. The women had 43% of possession, comparable to 57% from Bay. 400 passes, comparable to their 518 passes, and both were pretty much down the line with 80% to 82% accuracy. There was a little bit of roughage going on. So, 9 fouls, comparable to Bay 7, 3 yellow cards, 2 yellow cards to Bay, 0 red cards. I remember Richard was even tweeting like, oh God, please don't get a red card. 1 offsides, 5 to 7 corners. Chawinga, what can I say about her?
That's a bad woman, man.
I tell you what, she's got the record, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
Got 19 goals. For
Insane.
24 matches.
Insane.
I want to know if she's on an energy drink or what protein bar she's on, because I'm definitely going to be on that stuff. That's remarkable. That is absolutely remarkable.
And I think I know they said she has 19 goals, but I think the fact that she scored in that game against Bay Football Club, I think that gave her like a goal against 13 teams or something. So I think
that's right.
I think she's the only one who has that also.
That's just insane. And it's crazy because if you look at the top ratings in this match, she's a 4.6. You have Dal Kemper from Bay, who's a 4.4. Both of them had 90 minutes. Dal Kemper had 63 passes, 0 goals, 0 tackles. Chawinga had 1 goal, 2 shots, 0 assists, but it still gave her a 4.6. I tell you, that's half the reason. Okay, I take that back. That's 1/3 of the reason why I love watching the KC Current, because of record breakers. I love seeing this stuff happen to the women. It's just fun to watch.
I don't know, man. It's somebody's with her, man, in the spirit form or something, because
I tell you.
So 19 goals. Like I said, I'm almost certain the goal against Bay gave her 13 goals against, or a goal against 13 different teams or whatever. And remember, I think she kicked it in the Missouri River also. First player to put it in the Missouri River.
Yep.
She just, hey, I don't know, man. Is she the Mahomes of KC Current?
She's damn near close. I tell you what, she must have gotten some tips from Brittany or something during her days of playing soccer, because I don't know. Well, hell, at this point, she could probably turn that around and teach her some things. But,
it's crazy.
God almighty. It's just absolutely insane. I love this, though. I absolutely love this. Let's check this out here. Let's just check out. I don't even want player rating.
Somebody said maybe she can do a roster with Sporting KC.
You know what? Let's do the damn thing.
That'd be crazy. That would be crazy.
Now, see, I mean, if you can see the comments and whatnot, I can't. So you might have to be the one to call people on out. Because I just on my chat feed, I have no comments
Nothing.
at all.
Yeah, ain't no comments. You good?
Okay, good. That just means that only 22 people are listening to me ramble, so that makes me feel better instead of Man, oh man, though. Let's see here. I want to say I saw something else, but I could be extremely wrong on that. But I mean, I digress. You know, what can you say? How many games are left? Let's talk about that. That's kind of important here.
I think it's only because I think, as a matter of fact, I think they also clinched home playoff, right? So
Yes, they did.
So, I think they're at the end of the season also.
They are at the end of the season. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
if
maybe
you're planning on coming, that
yeah.
you might.
They got a
might
game
lose
Saturday
them.
in San Diego Wave, but I think that's. I don't know if that's.
No. I got the
that's
Summer Cup against Gotham on October 25.
Yeah, no, they got one coming up. That Gotham one is that's the Summer Cup final.
That's right.
But they got to play San Diego Wave. I think that's going to be the last. Let me see. No, let me see. Yeah, that's going to be. Hold up. Oh, what just happened here? November 3rd. Yeah. That's a weird. Okay. Yeah. So where is they going to play that game at? At Toyota
It's going
Field.
to be at CPKC.
So the San Diego Wave is the last home game.
Last home
For the
game
regular
of
season.
the season. Mhm.
Yeah. And then in October 25th, then they take on Gotham Football Club at Toyota Field. And then November 3rd, I think the final game at November 3rd is going to be at they're going to take on Chicago Red Stars, but that'll be at SeatGeek Stadium.
That is going to be one to remember this coming Saturday. Looks like I'm not going to Pittsburgh this weekend. Looks like I'll be staying in Kansas City to represent the women of Kansas City Current, and maybe hopefully spot Richard and go from there. I'm excited. I'm very grateful for this season. I'm very grateful for the time that I had with my schedule to be able to watch a game, whether it be at home or if I happen to go out and get myself my salmon Caesar salad or whatever the case may be. Which, by the way, sidebar, that sounds absolutely amazing. I might just DoorDash that here in a second. I missed lunch, so I mean, being that. Let me tell you something. Sidebar. This is nothing KC Sports. Let me just go on a tyrant here, since we might run out of time talking about the Chiefs. We'll see what happens here. Being a part of a company that actually understands the politics of weaker said security firms and what have you, and you put two and two together and you match A and B, you realize that B is so much better than A. Because when I told the captain exactly what my training was with the two different tenors that I was with said previous security firm, his jaw dropped, but then he raised it back up. He's like, you know what, I'm not surprised because we have armed security officers who don't even know how to shoot 15 feet or 15 yards and whatnot. And he's like, yeah, and those people are in downtown Kansas City right now circling the city market and whatnot. What does that tell you? He's like, oh, so it sounds like you have experience. You want to have a 9mm? I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'll just chill in front of a computer screen and getting more gray hairs on me because Lord knows I don't have a Kevlar vest. I know there's somebody out there who wants to shoot me down, so I'm not trying to give them an invitation. But I tell you, being in that room for 8.5 hours on steel chairs, I had to get up every once in a while, and the cap was like, don't be trying to go back to your professional wrestling days. I'm like, don't tempt me unless you give me some stretch time. Because
I couldn't imagine.
God almighty, put me in an office chair, bro. Like, enough of the politics.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my rant. But luckily, I got the weekend off. And then they're going to put me back on a normal schedule next week. So at least I will be preoccupied with doing something with my life again. So that's great. I felt like I was in a nutshell. It's kind of like that scene from Austin Powers. Help, I'm in a nutshell. I was like, I can't get out of this. What do I do? Bless her heart for the little girl right next to me who has zero security experience whatsoever, and they convinced her to be an armed officer. Bless her stinking heart. Oh, God almighty. Folks, if you ever learn something from this show, don't ever be an officer, because it'll put some gray hairs on you. God. Whatever you're doing, just stick with that. Don't be dumb like Uncle Brandon. The office is pretty clean, though. You need to, for any of you who want to check out my office, go to Real Franchise. Check out my Twitter feed. It's a nice building in Overland Park. Anyways, back to topic here. So, yes, this Saturday, last home game of the regular season for the Kansas City Current. I believe that game is at noon against San Diego, and last time you'll get to deal with CPKC traffic for the season.
Till playoffs.
Till playoffs, yep. And then, anything's possible. I highly doubt, unless the four of them pull a Travis Kelce. I highly doubt that the Mahomes family, Travis and or Chris Jones, Isaiah Pacheco, whoever, will be at the game, because they will be traveling to the Francisco of San to take on the 49ers on Sunday.
Yeah.
Which seems like forever from now. But
seemed like forever since I watched the Chiefs play.
It does seem like that forever. And there are some things that have been said through the media about their schedule. There's one thing I do want to say about them, and we'll actually talk about that here in a sec. But let's give a big shout out to our partners in crime who are part of IE Sports Radio. I'm going to wet my whistle and make sure that my cat is staying out of mischief. And folks, stay tuned, because we will be coming right back. This is KC Sports right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We will be right back.
Hey sports fans, do you like wine? Well, we've got the show for you. This is Let's Wine About Sports, a show where we talk about wine and sports simultaneously. From the classic Cabernet Sauvignon all the way down to the grapes that you've never even heard of before. Oh yeah, we cover it all. And we'll talk about a little bit of sports as well. Football, hockey, collegiate, women's sports, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it all, and we're going to whine about it all. So join me Monday at 8 p.m. on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's good, everyone? It's Drewski, the host of Heart of Texas Sports on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. On this station, we cover everything in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. From where we cover the Dallas Cowboys, the Dallas Stars, Dallas Mavericks, Dallas Wings, Texas Rangers, TCU, SMU, we cover it all right here every Wednesdays from 9 to 10 p.m. Central Time. Make sure you stay live with me on the Heart of Texas Sports on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey, Cleveland and Columbus sports fans. This is Jen D, host of the Show of the Land on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. If you love Cleveland and Columbus sports like I do, be sure to tune in live to the Show of the Land on Tuesdays, where we will cover the Cleveland Browns, Cavs, Guardians, and Monsters. We will also talk about the Columbus Blue Jackets, Crew, Fury, and of course, the Ohio State Buckeyes. We'll also cover other colleges in the area like Akron, Kent State, Cleveland State, Mount Union, John Carroll, Baldwin Wallace, Youngstown State, among others. So like I said, if you love Cleveland and Columbus sports like I do, be sure to tune in Tuesdays to the Show of the Land with Jen B on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
This is KC Sports is presented to you today by Seal the Deal Wax Seals. Want to add a touch of elegance to your invitation or gifts, or you just inked a new contract deal? No matter the reason, just remember to seal that deal.
I love that. I just, it just puts me in the greatest mood.
Man.
And this is very valid too. You can't see it on the screen, but ladies and gentlemen, breaking news: the double decker taco is back, baby.
Double decker.
It is back. I'm ordering it right now. That just shows you how professional I am, right here. This is KC Sports right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Brandon, the franchise buck, alongside his man Bishop. Thank you so much for the viewers who are watching this right now live. Thank you for my hot mess dumpster fire. That is the theme of me today. Thank you for dealing with the technicalities on my side. You know, it shows everything's copacetic, but then Bishop and Taryn let me know that I was invincible, like John Cena, who's coming back in January, by the way, for his last run. Kansas City, here I come. While my neighbors are going crazy right now. Kansas City's undefeated. The only other undefeated team there is the Minnesota Vikings. This is exciting news. And guess what? They're still playing like junk. Monday, October 7, 26-13. I honestly, it's one of those games, and I've made the mistake in the past. It's one of those games, kind of like the Indianapolis Colts, and I'm pretty certain there was once upon a time in a faraway land, the Detroit Lions and what have you, that I didn't feel threatened. It was just going to be like one of those games where it's like either we're just going to go back and forth, or we just need to annihilate them. Not saying that we did, I there's just something with Steve Spagnuolo and Derek Carr that are just peanut butter and jelly because he just knows what Carr is going to do, and it works out in our favor. Unfortunately, he did get hurt. I didn't really get the update on that. So he was out. I want to say the third quarter or the fourth quarter of the game, and that was the end for the Saints, who are 2-3 right now, and we are 5-0.
Yeah.
Derek Carr, 18 out of 28 for 165 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Not terrible, but nothing that screams, Hall of Famer or anything like that. Well, let's check out some more stats here before we go in depth. And it's not really giving me anything right now. Thank you, technology. I'm just having a great day. Guys, I apologize. My day sucks. That's why, because I'm not on the right tab. Here we go. I'm a genius. God almighty. Pat, 28 out of 39 for 331 yards, 1 interception. Kareem Hunt.
That's some good numbers for those out there who keeps complaining. Oh my gosh, no, not putting up big points, and he's not playing like an MVP. 28 for 39, 331 yards. I mean, other than that interception, which was deflected off of I was about to say MVS. Good God. Off of Juju hand and into the hands of Colin Sanders. That Mahomes played a pretty good game. I mean, he didn't throw any touchdowns, which you don't really have to, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. You have Kareem Hunt, 27 carries out of 102 yards, 1 touchdown. Carson Steele, 5 carries for 12 yards. Xavier Worthy, 1 carry for 3 yards with 1 touchdown. And of course, saw Juju on that beat, 7 receptions for 130 yards. Travis for 9 for 70 yards.
Mr. Washed Up Travis Kelce, as people are saying.
Yeah,
he's washed. Man had 9 receptions for 70 yards. Averaging almost 8 yards a reception.
And last Saturday he turned 35. Friday, Saturday, whatever it was. Not bad for a 35-year-old. I can tell you that I would probably get 1 carry for like a yard at 40 years old.
My knees won't even let me run.
No. So. I'm just gonna lateral it to somebody.
Even my man McCole Hardman had 4 receptions, 33 yards. I feel like if McCole can get implemented more, we'll see a little bit more production out of McCole. But
I can see that. Something that absolutely scared me was the kick return from Sky Moore for 15 yards. No, we're going to stay positive today.
Hey, you know what, man? I don't know. I'm not ready to shut the door on Sky Moore. Call me crazy. I know. Call me insane. I know a lot of people is calling for his head. I'm not ready, man. I think that he can still do something. I think, given a chance. The thing is, he's not targeted right now.
No,
because of that drop. You have to earn the trust, and so that's just what it is. But I also feel like the wide receiver coach, like, what the hell, man? No one's talking about this guy. Like, he was an issue last season also.
Yeah, he was. And it's battle after battle. People had Travis's head on a plate because they're like, he's washed up, he needs to just focus on one thing and not this and that, whatever people say. Then they go into Travis basically opened up and said, I'm just not making the plays because maybe I'm just not running the right route, or maybe I'm not doing this, maybe I'm not doing that. He's not pointing fingers at anybody. Then we have the wide receiver coach, and it's just kind of like, what are we doing with our lives right now? What are we trying to implement? Because I'm a little bit mixed I'm a little bit mixed with it.
Yeah.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not expecting every single game to be like on easy when you're on the all Madden team with everybody overall rating at 99 or anything like that. And if I throw a 70-yard pass on the 1 yard line, am I expecting like Tyreek Hill or whoever just to catch it and be like, oh, that was easy? You know, no, absolutely not. No.
Our games, Chiefs fans need to settle down and pick which one you want. You want the high scoring, high flashy shit, where they somewhat blow out a team, or do you want to be 5-0 and you get maybe a 13-point lead or a game where you win by 1 point?
I would prefer my status of being undefeated.
Yeah, because so with that being said, they have to understand that every team that plays the Chiefs it's their Super Bowl. Everyone is playing lights out, hard as hell, hard knock, football games against us because they want to be crowned that team. We defeated the Chiefs in week blah whatever. That's what they want. X team went in there and defeated the Chiefs week 7, week 8, whatever. And so none of the games are going to be easy. We're not going to blow out teams. Andy Reid, first off, isn't that coach.
No.
Andy Reid has mercy on a lot of teams. I'm sure if Andy Reid wanted to rub some noses and some shit, he got plays up that we've not seen that he can do. Like I said, Kareem Hunt is back. We haven't even seen the 2017, 2018 plays that was designed for Kareem Hunt.
Oh, not at all.
So, and here we are going. I got a feeling we might actually this week because we're going against San Francisco. So, I don't know. I just feel like that people need to chill out, enjoy what we got in front of us. Stop worrying about if it was a close game or not. The only thing that matters is the win column, win and loss column. That's it.
That's 100% right. All I care about is us winning. I don't even care if it's by a point. I don't even care if it's by a reverse call or whatever the case may be. A win is a win. And this is just practice for us to go into the postseason. I hate being that overconfident fan because literally anything could happen. I don't see it happening right now. But this is literally just practice for going into the postseason. This is practice that we need. And the fact I forgot his name, I see his face. He had this morning show, and he was talking about. God, it's really going to piss me off that I can't think of his name right now. You'd think I would know better. Anyways, he was talking. The main topic was excuses. He brings up the Chiefs, and he's like, you know what? They lost Rashee Rice. They lost Isaiah Pacheco. They're still making runs. They're still making receptions. They're still making touchdowns, and they're not even playing at their best, and they're 5-0.
That sounds like something Colin Cowherd would say.
That's it. That's it. Cowherd.
That sounds like, yeah.
And he basically ended the segment with saying, now, if the Chiefs are not at 100% and they're undefeated, imagine what would happen if they are 100% and are playing Chiefs ball.
There'd be a lot of sad ass teams out there right now.
They should be absolutely scared. And he was even mimicking some other teams like, oh, well, we have to think about next year when we get a first round draft pick. So, it just seems like he was just running down a list of other teams making up excuses to why they're losing or to why they're not where they need to be and this and that. Whereas the Chiefs, they just find a way to make it work. What was it? It was the championship game or what have you against Tom Brady. It was I want to say it was Patrick's starting year. Their defense was 31st in the league. And it was not the prettiest game in the world, but boy howdy, they were still swinging.
Yeah, I just watched someone posted it on Twitter. where that game. Yeah.
Yep.
40, what was it end up being 43-40?
Give or take.
Yeah.
Give or take. Yeah. The worst defense in the league, and they were able to stay and put pretty damn close to Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Yeah, that's a big, or the Patriots. Yeah, that's kind of.
There you go. We lost your sound now. No sound. Nope. All right. Let's see here. So franchise had to back out for a second. He'll be right back. But yeah, Chiefs, Chiefs fans, just chill out, mellow out, man. Enjoy the ride. You know what I'm saying? We doing what we do. Mahomes and told y'all, man, it's good for TV. You know what I'm saying? So just chill out, There you go.
There we go. Are we good now? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Perfect. We went from 23 viewers to nobody's watching us now. At least on my side. I don't know.
I had to pop back up.
It'll be fine. And like I was saying before, my stuff went down. We were third string and whatnot in defense for that game. Nobody was healthy at all. Everybody was gone. I think Eric Fisher was the only one that we might have had. I could be wrong on that. Regardless, though, they've gotten to a point now in their maturity of the team that they just find a way to make it work. They find a way to make it win. And Rashee Rice is gone. He'll probably be gone even longer with whatever suspension might be happening. Isaiah, he's got a few more weeks to go. And so forth. You make chicken salad out of chicken shit. You just find ways that make it work.
There you go.
And that's just what you got to do. That's just what you got to do. What do you think about this coming weekend with San Francisco? I know there's somebody, I don't know who it was. It was probably a troll account. They're like, never seen Travis Kelce do this, and it shows something with like.
Oh, I seen that shit.
Yeah.
Never seen Kelce do this, and somebody was like, "Why would Kelce?" First of all, Taylor Swift would not be able to stand down there.
Nope.
She has to be up in the box because if she was down there, fans would be all over her.
Oh, they would be
no, you're not gonna see it. And then somebody responded was like, "I've never seen Kittle do this," and had Kelce holding up the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Or the rings.
People, hey, I don't know why people decide to talk shit to Chiefs fans, man. Like the comeback is gonna always be, hey, we just won 2 Super Bowls back to back. Like, shut the hell up.
The internet
and we're 3 total. So, like, stop, dude. Stop. Don't even poke the damn bear, man. It's not even worth it, bro.
Don't do it. I know that I'm going to be on a 36-hour, absence from the internet if and when there is no if. The Chiefs will lose sometime this season.
Yeah. Well, so I was listening to Cody Gold and them, whatever on the 96.5 The Fan or 6. I still listen to him on 610 AM because I'm lazy.
Sure.
But I was listening to them actually break down the schedule this morning, and I'm like, dude, they're right. Like they said, towards the end, it sucked that we had the early bye, but towards the end of the schedule, it's damn near a walk in the park, man. Like they said, if the loss do come, it might come from. I think they were saying maybe Buffalo, but I don't think so. I don't think it would be Buffalo. I mean, we got 49ers Sunday, of course, and then we have the Raiders. The Raiders they're fucked. I don't know what's going to happen with that team. And then we have the Buccaneers. They were saying, I think somebody on the show was like, maybe the Buccaneers could probably pull it off, but I don't know, man.
Honestly, I don't. One
to me, the Bucks are like when I think of the Buccaneers, I think of the Saints.
Yes.
When I think of Baker Mayfield, I think of Derek Carr. So, to me, those two of the same teams, in my opinion. I don't care what nobody say. So don't be surprised if it ends up 26-13 Chiefs versus Buccaneers.
Yeah.
And then we got the Broncos. The Broncos are, they're still trying to find their identity.
Lord.
And then we have the Bills. The Bills, as a matter of fact, I think we have to play them in Buffalo.
Yep, we do.
So,
November 17.
which is bullshit. Like, we shouldn't have to come play you in Buffalo. We just whooped your ass in Buffalo.
Mhm.
So yeah, the Bills game might be the game where, that might be the loss, in my opinion. And then it's the Panthers, then the Raiders, then the Chargers, and the Browns,
Yeah.
Texans,
Yeah.
and the Steelers.
I can see
And
the
the
Bucs
Broncos.
having a really good game. I'm not the least bit worried about Las Vegas. I'm not even going to lose sleep over that game.
No,
49ers, I'm curious just to see how well they'll do. I think it'll be an even matchup. Bills, anything is possible, but realistically against Josh Allen, we're usually the winners with that.
Mhm.
Honestly, I could possibly see Carolina pulling an ace out of their sleeve just because, you don't expect them to win, but here they are. And
it's one of them games where the Chiefs where you lose, and Chiefs had no business losing that game.
I don't know. The fact that we're taking on the Broncos at the very tail end of the season on January 5 seems
Might
just
be a loss.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
maybe, and I say maybe because, we know the backups is going to be in, but the backup quarterback is Carson Wentz. It's one of them things where it's 50-50 at this point.
Yeah. No. And it will be the backups for that game. I think we all know that. So that's just how the cookie crumbles right there.
All I know
I'm
is that
excited.
in the beginning of the season, I got us undefeated at home. That's all I said ever since the start of the season.
Oh yeah. The fact that the boys are going to be undefeated at home just because of that noise and everything like that. There's nothing like playing at Arrowhead Stadium. There's nothing like attending Arrowhead Stadium. So we will definitely see what'll come on by. That being said, thank you for everybody who joined us. Thank you for everybody who's going to be watching this on the replay or listening on your podcasting needs and what have you. We typically would have a show coming up, but it's actually going to be in 2 hours from now with Mr. Adam. That'll be a great show starting at 7 p.m. CST. And, of course, you can catch us again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Make sure to follow us on the Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at IE Sports Radio. You can, of course, like I told you, other than YouTube and watching us live, you can follow us on IE Sports Radio, available on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all that good jazz. Keep up to date and let us know how we're doing and what we can do better at, which is a lot on my side. This is KC_IESR. Follow me at Real Franchise and my man Bishop at XRunners with a Z. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honor and a pleasure to meet up with you guys again. Like I said, keep up with the Twitter feed at this is KC_IESR. We will get back to how things are rolling. I'll keep you guys up to date with what's going on my side. You never know. There might be some changes next week. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Cross that bridge when we get to it. But until then, folks, for Bishop, my name is Brandon the Franchise Buck, and we will see you next week at 5 p.m. And this is KC Sports, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all about sports. Ladies and gentlemen, goodbye and good night.
We don't need a damn wide receiver neither, so please shut up.
We don't.
We got enough. Trust me, we got enough.
We need more bills paid so we can get more money.
Right.
Good night, folks.
Later.